Thank you. Welcome, everyone. And I know there's a little bit of hurdle with the logistics, but really excited to be here. Good morning. I hope everybody is having a nice event so far. And I'm really excited to share a little bit of the journey that two of our data leaders are going through in their individual enterprises and how they are looking at their data priorities and how they are driving value for the organization. So I'll kick it off. Farooq Munshi, partner in EY, focus on all things data and AI for our manufacturing business. I'm really excited for the opportunity and the privilege to share some of the stories that KK and Elena have gone through. So with that, I'll maybe start up with a little bit of a warm-up. So Elena, I'll start with you. If you can share a little bit about your data journey, how are you thinking about your enterprise data strategy for Xylem?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, thanks for coming out today, guys. I'm really happy to be here. So my name is Elena Reasanover. I am the Vice President of Data and Enterprise Digital for Xylem. For those of you that do not know Xylem, we are basically all things clean water, from manufacturing pumps to chemicals to services to infrastructure, etc. So great company with great vision, great mission. I've only been with the company a little over 6 months now, so very early on in our data journey. As I was onboarding to Xylem, really my focus has been on where can we get the most business value. So data for data's sake is not of any value to anyone. We really needed to figure out where in the organization we had the most pain points and we could get the quickest wins. For our organization, we've grown through acquisition, so we have over 55 ERP systems. And one of our major pain points today is master data management, as we do not have a global customer, global product, global part, global supplier, et cetera. And so it makes it really difficult to do analytics. If you think about inventory analytics, global sales and margin analytics, et cetera. So our first few months has really been focused on putting together a governance model around how we manage our master data that will enable us to then, for the next 6 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years, start really focusing on cleansing that master data, but then also enabling many different analytics use cases that will help drive some of the strategic priorities of the organization.
Awesome. Wow, 55 ERPs. That's quite a lot to deal with. But again, congratulations on the journey ahead, and really exciting in terms of the data strategy that you are driving. So KK, I'll come to you a little bit to share how you are thinking about your data strategy for Navy Federal.
Hey everyone. I'm Krishna Kumar. I'm a leader in the Enterprise Data and Information Management Group within Navy Federal. For those who do not know, NFCU is world's largest credit union, and it provides financial services for the worldwide Department of Defense field of membership. We are a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and serving the member is the core of our business. I joined Navy Federal about 2.5 years ago. It was an interesting time because NFCU was a couple of years into a journey to transform their entire enterprise data and analytics ecosystem. Our North Star vision is to be a member-centric, data-driven, and AI-powered financial organization backed by enterprise data ecosystem on cloud, and upscale the talent across our enterprise to leverage it. When we actually started thinking about the enterprise data strategy, our first and foremost, we wanted to actually move away from the legacy technologies and take advantage of the operational capabilities given by the data on cloud. So all our data initiatives is aligned with what member wants and providing value back to the member in terms of actionable insights. So pretty much that's how we are thinking in terms of enterprise data strategy. The one more thing I want to highlight before I hand it over to you is we are our most of our data strategy as well as our data architecture, we are now making it more agile so that we can continue to support the changing business needs and as well as the technological requirement, which is quite changing quite fast these days.
Perfect, Kiki. And as you mentioned, it's been a 2-year journey for you. Really exciting to hear some of the kind of the strategy that you are putting in place, really thinking about your members. So kind of continuing on that thought, I'd love to understand one of the key tenets of building an enterprise data strategy is also thinking about the trust and the governance that you are building in the enterprise. So curious to hear, as you have gone through this journey, how have you leveraged your technology ecosystem, Databricks, to really think about the capability and the trust that you are building for your end users?
Okay. So first and foremost, I would like to emphasize that a modern data stack is absolutely needed if you want to take advantage of any capabilities provided by AI or generative AI. So our focus was on having a robust enterprise data platform where we can extract, load the data sets backed by a data quality and transformation framework, which provides highly trusted and quality data at scale to run any analytics that we want to do, or data science or models that we want to build and productionize, or any operational reports that we want to do. So, from a Databricks standpoint, I think we are at a quite a mature level at this time. We are utilizing almost all capabilities offered by the Lakehouse platform, including observability and monitoring. Our entire ecosystem is powered by Databricks, so it's able to provide the scale that we need as we bring in the data, both in streams, batches, micro batches, or APIs. We are able to continuously scale up the platform without any issues. Uh, the second aspect I want to touch upon is the governance aspect. I think that was the second part of your question. We focus on 5 areas: the data ownership, uh, metadata, data lineage, data access, and the data lifecycle management. As we bring in the data, we want to ensure that uh, the the data flow as well as how we house the data, we adhere to the enterprise security standards and the governance policies of our organization. So we capture the data dictionary as well as the metadata, and we integrate with the data catalog capabilities offered by our cloud service provider today. However, we are now taking advantage of the Unity Catalog feature enabled by Databricks to automatically capture the data lineage and metadata, as well as provide fine-grained access control for all the enterprise data assets sitting in our platform. Because data distribution is a key aspect of our platform. We have all the data sitting now. We want to ensure that we are able to support our business by making the data set available in a secure fashion without for them to power any compute on their side.
Absolutely, and great to hear of the kind of the some of the foundation that you are putting in place in a short period of time. So, Elena, I know you are on very early on your journey with Xylem. Some of the data complexity that you are dealing with. How are you thinking about laying down the foundation for from an enterprise data platform perspective? What are some of the things that you are considering as you think about trust, around governance, and kind of sharing that broader data set to the organization?
Yeah, so I think the first part, I'll come back to the technology piece, but I think the first part is the people and process front. And we really need business buy-in and business owners of the data. So as we think about identifying the data that we're going to bring into the Databricks platform, ensuring we have clear definitions about what those KPIs are to put into our data dictionary, what those attributes are, how do we marry that data together, and building kind of that community of trust with the business so that it's not just IT working in a silo, that we really have a collaborative working group that's ultimately has the end goal of enterprise analytics that have definitions. Because historically, again, going through acquisition, it was very, very siloed. So lots of differences of opinions on what an attribute is, what is a critical data element, what is a definition of a KPI. So I think global alignment there is really key before we can even pull that data into the platform. Now, that being said, once those things are defined, having the right platform and having the right platform partner. So I think it's not even just about necessarily the technology itself. The Databricks technology is phenomenal and really will enable a lot of this governance and ensuring that we have quality and clean and complete data. But also it's about the right partnership. And the Databricks team has just been a phenomenal partner for us as we've been kicking off our journey, as well as in partnership with the E&Y team. So I think those couple of things bundled together will ultimately set us up for success as we work with the business on provisioning data and having them actually trust that data.
Awesome. And one of the things, as you talked about the journey, and we are seeing it throughout the even today, there's a lot of excitement and opportunities around AI. And we are seeing emerging technology, lot of AI opportunities, .ai, new tools that are coming in the market. So I'm really curious to understand that as a data leader, Ellen, and I'll start with you as you are going through this journey. There is criticality around building the foundation, but also making sure how you are bringing some of these innovations and new technologies very thoughtfully into the enterprise. So how do you manage that balance? Love to hear what are your thoughts in really driving that priority?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is a balance, right? Because if we do nothing, we're going to get left behind. I think though one thing that people need that leaders often forget, especially at board of directors or executive leadership teams, is one of the key components to having good AI is good data. So we have to have good data in order for us to be able to execute on great, big AI projects. That being said, that does not mean we can do nothing. We aren't going to do anything now. We have things we can do, like using AI to cleanse our data. That's a big opportunity for us. It's not necessarily the old school where I have to sit in a spreadsheet and hire a bunch of analysts to say this customer is the same as this customer. So I think we have ample opportunity there. Data profiling, like understanding the completeness of our data mapping, looking at the underlying ERP systems and understanding how that maps back into Databricks. So I think there's opportunities we have to use AI that aren't necessarily like an AI project for AI's sake. That being said, once we do get components of that data into our Databricks platform, we don't have to wait to have all enterprise data to start thinking about AI. So could we do a trial? We're thinking about, could we do a trial putting some of our inventory data into a Databricks LLM, build a Streamlit UI on top of it, and let users start interacting with data differently than they have in the past? I think there'll always be a place for reports and dashboards, but I think we really are getting to a place where people can interact with data in a more natural language processing way. Versus the historical, just those reports and dashboards. As far as organizationally, I co-lead our AI task force. So and that particular task force has three different mottos to it. One is governance. So governing, making sure we have the right policies around Gen AI and things like that. One's around education to the broader organization. So giving people opportunities to learn about AI and learn about what can be done with AI. And then we have a smaller Tiger team that's about developing AI solutions. And right now we're working on piloting an enterprise, chatbot for the group. So there's a number of things we're doing around AI. We're very, from a maturity level, I would say very at the very beginning of our journey, low level maturity, but finding that low hanging fruit where we can utilize AI while at the same time we're building out very foundational data capabilities.
That's awesome. And I'm sure a lot of our data practitioners and leaders are really thinking about their journey and what you mentioned and some of the considerations, and really making sure that leadership is focused on the data foundation. Like as you are bringing some of these innovation and looking at use cases, it's really an awesome kind of approach that you are taking. So KK, from a Navy Federal perspective, I know you guys already have a data maturity. So how are you thinking about bringing AI into your landscape?
Yeah, before I answer the question, in terms of the the capacity of our platform or the type of workloads that we run about 800 to 850 data pipelines, which runs on hourly, daily, minute, seconds basis, and about 70 machine learning models and about 30 insights today. So we think we have a robust platform today where we can actually explore AI And when it comes to AI, it's an interesting question because I think we are in the midst of a hype cycle. Uh, and what I would say is let's don't lose focus on our North Star vision. In our specific case, it is always been member centric, data driven, and then AI powered organization. So if you don't lose focus on your North Star vision, then I think you can build on your long term strategy as you continue to innovate. So we have taken a collaborative approach when it comes to AI. So we have an AI governing council, which consists of senior stakeholders from across the organization who evaluate use case by use case, how this is going to benefit the member because that's our core mission, and the investment you have to make to enable that use case as well as the associated risk both from a business and from a data standpoint. Um, and they approve the use case either to do a proof of concept if it is brand new or productionize it. So both we go through an approval process. So I'm lucky to have that governance council to guide us through this process. Uh, and we also listen to the vendors like Databricks, who always bring the latest and greatest technology and innovation to us to ensure that we take advantage of it because they are at the forefront of innovating this today. Uh, and so when it comes to AI, I think we are not at the beginning. We got started. We have a couple of use cases today, kind of in the proof of concept stage. For example, for a voice of member, we are attending a use case with OpenAI today to do a sentiment analysis and understand better what the members are saying. We are running a couple of other use cases to improve workforce productivity. So that's a second category of use cases that we want to take it forward. So we have a couple of use cases in play today, which hopefully we will be able to productionize it in a very short time.
Perfect. It looks like you guys are already kind of ahead in the journey, started with some use cases, which is great to hear. And as we wrap up the discussion today, maybe I'll start with you, Elena. What most excites you about AI? We are seeing so much of the opportunity, new technology, new capabilities. Where do you see that heading? What's the most exciting thing for you?
Yeah, I'll answer in two parts. So, from a data perspective, like I talked about earlier, the way that end users are going to be able to interact with data and how different that is from the historical reports and dashboards. I can't tell you in my career how many people have come to me and said, great, I now have the data, you've given it to me in Power BI, but yeah, I still have to query the data. I have to like dig through, thousands of rows of data to get to the answers that I need. I just want to ask the data question. I think we're getting there, which is really, I don't know that we're there yet, but I think we're on our way there, which I think is really exciting. And then from a Xylem organization perspective, just the ability to accelerate our ability to bring clean water, throughout the globe and the various initiatives that we're doing, that also is exciting because we can use whether it's predictive maintenance, whether it's accelerating our backlog, whether it's determining where we have additional customer opportunities. I just think from a overall company perspective, we have a lot of opportunity that AI can empower.
Awesome. These are some great use cases and kind of the vision that you have there. So, KK, from your side, how you are thinking about AI, kind of in terms of what excites you the most?
Yeah, I think we bring data to our platform. We bring the data which is produced in-house, second-party data, third-party data. There's a lot of data. Now, looking at AI to generate value from this data and serve our members in a way that we haven't done before, that excites me a lot because that's where actually when the rubber meets the road, you see the actual AI in action. So that's what I hope we will be there very soon.
Awesome. No, this is great. And again, thank you both for the discussion today and best of luck on your data journey. Appreciate it.
Thanks for hosting us. Really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you could please leave your headsets and take them to the back table, thank you so much.